Do I look frustrated? We'll get to all the introductions in a minute. A bit of fiddling here. Got to get the red ensign in focus. Queen Victoria. Great poster sent to us by good people. See, the camera doesn't come on ahead of time. It used to, but I can't get it back on ahead of time. Oh, by the way, Beattie here. Dinosaur News. Dinosaur News produced by the British People's League. We're pleased to be at you today, May the 12th, 2014. Nice cool breeze. Anyway, belated Happy Mother's Day yesterday to all you mothers out there, especially those of British and European roots. Those are our peoples. These are the mothers we're concerned about. The younger generation of gals and guys think they can't afford to have kids. Be a bigger and better mother. I've given the budget speeches before. I'll just run it down real quickly again. One income can do a family. Mothers have got the nature, the women's side of things, to be the natural philosopher, doctor, nurse, lecturer, teacher, you name it. The household mother. But hey, if circumstances are that there has to be a house husband, and I did it for some years, and I home taught the kids, then that's the way it can be done too. You don't need two salaries. I've been into this many times in past videos. The extra salary just goes to income tax, an extra car, the hairdresser, the dry cleaning bill, the lunch money, the daycare sitter. Come on, I can prove it in paper. I was responsible for 3 nurses quitting their jobs at the Wellesley Hospital years back when the other nurses saw Hazel's take-home pay, and they just blew their mind. How could you do that? Well, she claimed me and the 3 children, and they did. They became stay-at-home moms, and I was totally proven correct. I'm not trying to glorify myself here at all. Okay, let's get that clear. But it's a fact. The second job just gets eaten up with all the expenses. So don't kid yourself. You can do it on one, with one working out and the other being at home. I've seen it happen many times. We need more white babies out there. It's the only way it's going to be done. Anyway, I hope you had a happy Mother's Day, those that were worthy. And yes, the memories, and many go to cemeteries, etc., plant the flowers in memory of their mothers. It's an emotional day for some. Things didn't work out well, whatever. But it's a good thing we have some of these days to think of family unity. Since Sundays were sabotaged years ago with wide open Sundays, there isn't even one day where a family can just be peaceful together. Okay, enough of that, Preacher John. Yes, and it is John Beattie, International Director of the British People's League. So on to our duty here of person-to-person cell beating. Monday morning, folks. Cell get-togethers. Person-to-person cell get-togethers. Confidential but legal. Person-to-person networking. I'm not trying to belittle the value of talk shows that are in the white camp around the globe on the internet. I'm not trying to undermine them. But, come on. It's time to meet face to face. Once a year doesn't cut it. We don't have 10 years to go. So a conference once a year, a get-together once a year, just doesn't cut the ice. Let's break it down into small cells. Confidential networking, where you invite those that you trust to your home for a confidential cell meeting. Why confidential? Well, who needs to go through the hassle of the press BS and the police threats and everything else for entertaining our legal rights to freedom of speech? So we can do it this way, folks. It's working. I attended a residence this weekend. We weren't sure that some others were coming by, and you're damn right they did. A whole flock of construction workers. Fantastic. And it was a cell meeting. I explained the purpose of the British People's League to a couple of newcomers, but they were friends of friends. So it's not as if they just walked in off the street. And then we have all our back videos easily spotted with a simple click of the mouse on the BritishPeoplesLeague.com home pages. And the back videos give our action plans, different philosophies, etc. And again, it's not all the thoughts of yours truly. These videos are a combination of input from our blind copy list. Those friends who are in the cell structures of their own creation, they remain anonymous. But they give us good advice for the shows, good emails, good thoughts, which we pass on at the cell meetings. And they're not all dry lectures, believe me. These roughnecks that we were together with this past weekend for a get-together, they insisted on Johnny Reb. So the host has a massive computer or theater screen, massive, and Johnny Reb songs. I couldn't believe the songs that were on there. But the purpose of the get-togethers is to tight-knit a cell within the overall structure of friends of the British People's League. We don't have members. Oh, members. Oh, scary word. We just have friends. We don't have meetings. Oh, meetings. Oh, we have get-togethers. Confidential cell meetings. Well, the more Johnny Reb songs were pumped out, the more vociferous our friends at the cell meeting became. It was a blast. It was a blast. That's the way to do it. And we're building with these cell meetings. Personal, face-to-face networking. The computer can't shake your hand. The computer talks a lot. But hey, come on, we want to get together, as I say. I'm sorry to the bigger organizations, but meeting once a year just doesn't cut the ice. You can squeeze 50 to 60 people in an apartment or a home anytime. Anytime. And if it's a larger bungalow, you can get as many as they get at all these white conferences in the States. Anytime. It's taken a lot of try and misfires to get to this point where we realize right in front of our nose, people, young and old, smart and not so smart, but white roots, British roots, our European cousins, and here in Canada, our French Canadians were brothers and sisters, that's for sure. But as we say over and over again on the shows, it's the British blood countries that have been targeted for the invasion: Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Britain, the motherland. I just can't tie in with America anymore. It's a confused conflagration. Any white people down there that can get things rolling, well, good for them. The League of the South is still the best in this boy's opinion. League of the South, check them out on Google. And of course, our brothers and sisters with Candor League in the motherland. Candor.org.uk. Candor, C-A-N-D-O-U-R, Candor.org.uk. I'd like to stress again, a couple of fellas at the get-together on the weekend had a lot of questions. So the host clicked away on BritishPeoplesLeague.com and showed John Beattie YouTube, the bar to the right. And there's a massive number of short YouTubes, Dinosaur News, brought to you by the British People's League. So there are all the past clips with various plans and thoughts and activities. Since the donations seem to have dried up almost, one or two little bits trickle in, I had to pay for the renewal of the British People's League registration out of my pension money. It wasn't a very nice feeling. A smaller donation that came in helped with the server that we have. Crying? I don't know. Just pointing out the facts. However, we've got a way around it, haven't we? Now that we have chosen to glue ourselves to one path only, building up the cell structures. So we don't have the cost of a meeting hall. We don't have the cost of getting people to and from the meetings. Or public meetings. There's that dangerous word, meetings. I'd like to use the word get-togethers. So in private homes, we don't have all the expenses. So we'll just carry on. Hopefully donations trickle in so we can expand on our past van plans, etc. But in the meantime, we have a pattern that is working. Is it ever? Any visitors to the area here, we'll do an instant get-together when you show up with a couple of your friends for a visit here to the headquarters area. And you'll be quite pleased. You'll go back to your village area or your city where you're still forced to live due to a job and family commitments, whatever. You'll be pleased. You'll be charged up. It's really working well. It's amazing, isn't it, in life? Trial by error. Trial by error. We've sat here since February with these daily dinosaur broadcasts with great plans afoot. But, hey, the money didn't come in. It hasn't come in, so we have to find other ways to keep the spirit going. And the apartment home meetings have always worked. When I was in Toronto in the early days of the British People's League, we used the garage under a masonette. Big Union Jack painted very professionally on the garage door. And, of course, I don't drive, and we had it sealed off. We actually scooped furniture from the streets on garbage days, and some of the furniture thrown out was first class. And we did great. We collected a collection of about $70 every Friday night, and that kept things going at that point. But it was also during the period of the Canada's secret civil war, and yours truly had to get out of Toronto, or I wouldn't be here talking to you today if I'd stuck around. Things were getting pretty damn hot. So that's the talk for today, folks. You're building your cell network confidential. Well, somebody said, why confidential? Well, the smears in the press, you know. You stick up for white soap, you're a racist. Well, I'm a white racist and proud of it. A British white racist. My blood is British. I'm proud of my race. It doesn't mean we hate all the other races. Though we've gone through all this in past videos. We've covered our tracks. We've covered our behinds. So bring it on, multi-cult, to a head. Because we're slowly getting ready. I can't say we have enough cells built that we're ready for a major confrontation, legal of course. But we have to have these networks in place, folks, for when things get unbearable, okay? You can interpret the word unbearable any way you like. And again, we don't have arms. Here in Canada, we're not allowed to have guns except for hunting purposes and so on. But we do know a lot of hunters who like to hunt deer, of course. But we do know a lot of hunters. It's just good to know. A lot of sharpshooting hunters who love deer season. put some extra meat on the family table. Again, I hope genuine and most sincerely you had a happy Mother's Day. It's a day to reflect on the meaning of family, that's for sure. And I hope you have many more to come and many fine memories. That's what the British People's League is all about: our history, our foundation, our roots, our peoples, our holidays, our thoughts of the family. But family is number one. And those who have been rejected by families for standing up for our British roots and history, rejected by the cowards, rejected by the snivelly little wimps, we don't need them. We have our new family build-up. Networking of cells. These are our new brothers and sisters. And it's working. It's working fine. And the poor little darlings of the opposition out there, there's nothing they can do about it. They can't watch all our moves in cottage country. It was a good move to move up to cottage country. Run things from here. So we'll be at you tomorrow, the 13th, Tuesday. Can't think of anything major. I am getting a little cut of surgery today, just a teeny little thing. It's nothing major. I can't see it wiping me out for tomorrow. I just want you to know I'm not going to use that as an excuse. We're going to really try and stay on track with 5 days a week. It's taken me, honestly, a few months to sort out from the day job last December. There were lots of hangover paperwork and all kinds of stuff. I would say finally, I'm getting into being available full-time for our cause and even be able to do better preparation. Oh, that's debatable, isn't it? Off the cuff sometimes comes across more passionately, etc. And speaking of passion and his lack of, is Harper, the Prime Minister of Canada. The other day I slipped in that I like Harper. Well, let's put it this way. There's a lot of the Harper government stuff I don't like. But the majority, a lot of stuff I do like. His promotion of family, the Royal and Royal Canadian Armed Forces, the Old Red Ensign that he promotes. White family with the white Governor General's family. Oh, he wouldn't say it was done deliberately. 100 judges, only 3 multi-cult. But I guess what I'm trying to say is he's the best thing that's there while we build our cell structures. And when our cell structure network is of such an amount that it can become a powerful legal lobby force, then we're going to give Parliament a good surprise as to how strong we are with our views, and that they'd better listen to us when we are an effective, powerful lobby force, that one day we'll be able to show our legal strength. Boy, how's that for ad-libbing? Okay, so we'll talk at you tomorrow, Tuesday, the 13th of May. I hope you're not just including these shows as entertainment. If you are, I wish you'd go away. We want people who are paying attention and doing as we request, doing as we suggest. I mean, that's fair enough. An exchange, isn't it? Just a simple request. If you're just being entertained by these YouTubes, kindly buzz off. We're here for our friends. You know you're our friend. We know you're our friend, and that's who we're here for, and God bless you, friends. Talk at you tomorrow. Bye for now.